Welcome to the PlayAbly podcast. This episode is brought to you by PlayAbly Ads, where we turn your marketing into an interactive, game-based experience that engages customers and boosts conversions. And here's something special. Mention this podcast when you book a free demo on our website, and you'll get your first month free. Visit playably.ai to learn more and schedule your demo. Thanks for tuning in to the new episode of PlayAbly Podcast. We have Angelo back with us today. Angelo, how's it going?
Going great, Kajal. Excited for this podcast and for this nice autumn weather. I was walking through Central Park and the leaves were falling down like pieces into place.
I'm in Hawaii, so it's
No,
still 80 degrees here. I know you've been talking to clients a lot. We've had a lot of interest coming out of ShopTalk talk about games and what people can do for Black Friday and the holidays coming up. I think you have some good ideas there. So what should businesses be doing for this holiday season?
One thing businesses can learn from gaming is the concept of live ops or live operations, which involves ongoing development and content creation even after the initial launch. For example, in games, you often see new content around Halloween and Christmas time. Do you ever play any MMORPGs?
My RPGs were like Super Mario, and that was it.
Okay. I mean, that the Super Mario RPG, that's a good game. The only MMORPG that I played, and this is before I started working in startups because now I don't have the time, that was Final Fantasy 14. Around the holiday season, like November, December, they start introducing themed content. The game developers introduce live ops by introducing themed or seasonal content. One thing that I noticed is that LinkedIn's been making a huge push on games. And one fun thing they did for Halloween is with the game that I'm addicted to. It's called Tango. You should play it. It's like Minesweeper meets Sudoku. It's really fun. For Halloween, they changed the icons from suns and moons to ghosts and pumpkins. It's a fun treat that brings up the holiday spirit and surprises your existing customers. A lot of brands are thinking about how to retain customers. Introducing simple new content or holiday themed content that breaks up the normal newsletters is a fun way to keep your customers engaged.
I definitely think so. And going beyond the Black Friday sale, holiday sale, and going a bit further with that is always appreciated. Also, I have played that Simpsons tap game where you build the Springfield town. They had drops and releases for characters and buildings, and then holiday stuff like snow during the winter.
Yeah. That's a great point. Speaking of snow and winter, one thing you could try to do for your website is update the themes. We're getting into November. Halloween is over. When does the Mariah Carey All I Want for Christmas start? Is it now or is it after Thanksgiving?
That's the big debate, whether or not people are allowed to start now. Though I have seen a lot of Christmas decoration people already on Instagram.
Yeah. Just updating your homepage by having a themed banner. I was at an event where they were talking about how one fun thing you could do for the holidays is introduce simple graphics like that or visual cues to highlight the season. It could be a fun way to update the content, keep it current, and also keep your customers engaged. For one brand that we're working with, Jones New York, they are trying to sell a lot of sweaters and cardigans because it's autumn. So what we're doing for them is building out an experience that would be an autumn themed advent calendar with references to pumpkin spice latte and autumn and the crisp winter air. The idea is that if you can get people excited about a certain theme or holiday and they are spending more time with you and they're more likely to make a purchase.
I love the advent calendars that we've been making for our clients. They're adorable and really bespoke to the brand. We've seen such great performance from it because it keeps their customers coming back every day to log in or every week to see what the next box is. It's awesome to see it working.
That brings me to the next thing I want to talk about, gamification lessons brands can apply, introducing the idea of streaks. I was meeting with a brand today, they sell fireworks, and we asked our contact, said she doesn't play games, but she's on Duolingo. I asked her what her streak was, and it was 654 days.
I never made it that far in a streak. I usually pick it up right before I need to travel, and then I forget all about it. But I think my Reddit streak is actually pretty long.
What's your Reddit streak?
I don't want to share because that's probably just not something that I want out in the world, but definitely over 100 days for posting.
Is that how the Reddit streak works?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a separate topic. You can just be commenting. If you have a post somewhere, then it pops up on the app and it's, oh, this is your new updated streak. And then I think they give you something for it, but I don't know what it is.
There's a lot of companies that are incorporating streaks. I think streaks are fun in a couple ways. One is that it becomes a habit. So I have friends who help each other playing Wordle in a group chat and they play Wordle and they send the Wordle out every day. So every day they want to keep the streak going, but also because they've invested the time into it, it becomes a habit. Even though they might not be getting rewarded with, oh, you just hit your 100th streak, it's a part of their routine. It's a part of the habit that they're doing it every day. So they get some sort of enjoyment from that. I think the other thing about streaks is that there's a lot of fun ways, like with the advent calendar. Some people think of the advent calendar as just a countdown to Christmas and like here are the different gifts that you can get each day. But what we're seeing and talking and working with all these brands is that there's a lot of different ways that streaks and advent calendars could be used to build excitement. For one brand that we're working with, they sell a very expensive mud mixer and have a pretty long Black Friday promo period from November until the first week of December. All their marketing will be pushed towards this one big Black Friday offer for this high AOV item. We suggested to them that there might be some customers who procrastinate. We thought it would be a great idea to use this advent calendar concept to get people to do a streak. And as a reward for that streak, they could unlock the Black Friday deal that they missed out. We can gamify it in a way where they're incentivized to complete the streak so they can get that deal they missed out on.
That second chance. It always makes you feel a little better if you're like, oh yeah, I'll do it this time.
Yeah, exactly. So for people who missed out or who really wanted it but needed a little more nudging, I think gamification and this advent calendar streak is a great way to do that. The other thing we're doing is when we work with brands, we try to think about how we can incorporate gamification to solve their specific problems or to illustrate concepts like safety. Safety is very important. Safety might not be the most interesting topic. One of the things that we do is think about how we can create a game that illustrates that concept. For the company, we're building this Black Friday deal calendar for we're going to look at their FAQs and we're going to get all the common customer questions. We'll incorporate those into fun games so that as people complete each day, they're learning more about the product. By the end, they know about the product, but we've guided their journey and they're ready to buy because we've given them this offer in exchange for completing the full streak.
Now that's interesting. I love the idea of using games to educate,
Yeah.
especially because I've seen a lot of our clients with just a ton of text on their homepage, on their product pages. There's so much they want to say about the product. Or it's a
Yeah.
complicated product that's not easy to explain or not common knowledge. And I feel like this is one of those ways to really clean up your website.
Yeah, totally. There's a lot of brands, especially if it's like a highly technical product or a product that's hard to explain. We're working with a water ionizer company. Apparently, there's over 100 different use cases for how ionized water can benefit your life. Most people aren't going to read through a 100-page ebook, but they might play a game where they guess the different ways ionized water can help. As I learned recently, if you use it to bathe your pet smells better.
I love that.
Yeah. Fresher
You
smelling.
recently hit a streak of your own, right?
Yes, I just completed the Barry's birthday challenge. The choice was 8, 12, or 20 classes in 30 days, and I did the 20 classes in 30 days. I got a $90 gift card and a pair of Bomba socks. So that was the top prize. If you did 8 classes, it was a gift card. We implement streaks in our advent calendars with multiple rewards. If you complete 3 out of 7 days, you get a lower prize, but if you complete all 7 days, you get a big grand prize using that as a way to get people to complete each day. We're data nerds. We track all this data. We're measuring how many people are going through each day, what content is resonating. We're always A/B testing. We're always learning. We try to get as many people through the streak as possible because we know that if we're able to get them through with fun and engaging content, that and if they're coming back every day, the likelihood that they wouldn't shop is very low.
And the barrier to that is really just getting them to do it, to start, because I know that once you start something, you're more
Yeah,
likely to continue it as well. So I think
exactly.
the bespoke idea of having something like an advent calendar is just a great option. It's not something we see a lot in the online space. We see in-person advent calendars. I know that I get my jam one, and I've done the wine and beer ones before. Have you done any?
I have not. The jam one sounds fun.
Well, anything else that you could think of on this topic before we close out?
We just came off of a really hot shop talk where we had almost 30 follow-up meetings. We're having those follow-up meetings right now. And the thing that's been coming up is how can you use gamification to keep on top of mind with your customers compared to gaming, where there are mechanisms to get the player back into the game, especially if it's a mobile game. They can send you a push notification, and the game itself might have some mechanics where you get rewarded for coming back every day. It's very rare to get that type of experience with online shopping or with e-commerce, where most people aren't going to the website every day. And so incorporating gamification, incorporating these fun ways to engage and retain your audience, either through fun theme content or having calendars that give people a reason to keep coming back and reward them for coming back, is a great way to leverage gamification to make more money. Speaking of making money, one of the offers that we have is if you book a call with us, go to our website and book a call directly with us. If you mention the PlayAbly podcast, we'll make you a free demo and you can see what an advent calendar will look like for you.
Love it. Oh, it was great having you on.
Thanks for tuning in to the PlayAbly podcast. Ready to engage your customers like never before? PlayAbly turns your website into an interactive experience that drives results. Don't forget, mention the podcast during your free demo and get your first month free. Book now at playably.ai.